Hi everyone, old guy here. I'm kind of a sucker for afterlife stories. Gee, I can't imagine why. This one caught my interest because its premise is something I and my ever-wise best friend in high school concluded after an evening of substances and angst and smartassery, that heaven is nothing but a vast library in which all the answers lay. You simply had to go look for them. So impressed was I with this universe-altering revelation that I've actually used the trope in places. Okay, I'll stop doing that. And that's why I picked this book up. A past fond indulgence as the premise of a YA wet dream. And boy, is this a YA wet dream. Which bothers me because I'm not sure if this is a YA novel or not. Sure reads like one, but I've not seen anything anywhere so indicating, which leaves me with the disturbing conclusion that this is an adult fiction novel. Does that mean this generation actually thinks like this? Whoa! So what's this book about? Well, Nora Seed is a sad sack 35-year-old woman who obsesses over her regrets and roads not taken, despite the fact the roads she did take pretty darn good. And one day her cat is killed and that's it, suicide. But right before entering the big sleep, Nora is transferred to a wondrous library of endless shelves and green-bound books administered by her high school librarian, Mrs. Elm, who was the only person in high school who understood her, of course. More likely, everyone understood her just fine, but Mrs. Elm was the only one willing to put up with her crap. So what's in these books? Well, it's every life Nora could have had except the one she actually lived. Shades of alternate universes, madness or not. Here's a chance to see what your life would have been had you made a different choice. It's the Twilight Zone version of It's a Wonderful Life. So Nora grabs volume after volume and lives a life that she always wanted. And what becomes apparent rather quickly is that Nora is hanging on to childish fantasies that most of us also had, but that by the time we're 25 or so, have relegated to a past indulgent fondness for a more innocent and naive time. You know, things like being the world's greatest rock star, or a world-renowned oceanographer, or Olympic medalist. That thing you could have been if things had just gone differently. And here we have a 35-year-old woman who still believes this stuff. What is even more apparent, Nora wants all these lives without putting forth any effort to obtain them. In one of her alternate lives, she awakens as a highly respected glaciologist, the leader of an expedition to the Arctic doing cutting-edge climate research. Thing is, Nora is without any of the schooling or skills to be a glaciologist. Couldn't identify a glacier in 2 out of 3 pictures. Has no idea how to even put her parka on properly. Same thing when she awakens as the lead singer of the world's greatest rock and roll band. adored by millions, People falling over in a faint simply because she is on stage. But she doesn't know one word of any of the #1 songs she's supposed to perform. Is this what the kids want, to be world famous and worshipped without doing anything to actually earn it? Put up a TikTok video or two and everyone better fall at my feet. It's like you're mad at the world because the world hasn't proclaimed you as empress. Now, if this was a clear-cut YA novel, then this would be a more acceptable read because realizing you're not all that is one of the big steps towards adulthood. It is certainly a relieving thought to know you're not all that and the beginning of a healthy self-deprecation that actually helps you reach your goals in a more realistic manner. But if you still expect a trophy for getting out of bed when you're 35, then this isn't a YA novel. It's a spoiled brat novel. Old guy here. See you later.